Hello, everyone. This
Hello,
is
everyone.
Felicia from aupair.com, and I want to welcome you as Rishee as our first interviewer of this new au pair format. We'd like to launch a series of interview to some au pairs who've been au pairing in Europe and all over the world in order to broaden a bit our community and to get those first-hand experience which are really useful for the future au pairs, but also the au pairs who are currently doing that because, hearing the voice of some people who experience the same thing is always useful. So
Yeah,
thank you, Rishee, for being here
you're
as our
right.
first one. Thank you. And so you are an au pair, you're au pairing now in Turkey. Is that
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
And how are you? How is it going?
Right now, with this pandemic going on, like, I think I would say that we were just here at home the whole time because it could be difficult to go outside, which on the normal day we always go outside. But for now, we're just here. But we have a garden though, so everything is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the coronavirus situation has changed all of our lives, I would say. So it's a bit, yes, a special, a special context. But the most important thing is you're fine and your host family is fine. So that's great. I would like to start this interview asking something about you. So, how old are you and where are you from?
Okay. Hello, I am Rishee and I am 24 years old. I am an au pair here in Turkey. I came from the Philippines.
Wow, from the Philippines. So you did a very, you know, big
Yes,
step.
yes.
Very big, very good. And only 24 years old, moving abroad is never easy.
I
So,
know.
yeah, you made it. And did you, before becoming an au pair, were you studying? Were you enrolled in the university? What did you do?
Before I came here, I was studying Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, but I graduated last March already. So, like, I decided right away to like, okay, maybe I will be an au pair this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. And how did you get to know the au pair program?
I had a friend. I had a friend. She was an au pair in Norway, and like when she came home, she told me about it. I was really like, wow, that is awesome. I think I'm gonna try that too.
Ah, nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a very good experience when you're, very young and you want to go abroad and, live an
absolutely.
adventure because it's not easy,
Yes.
but yes, you did it. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Really nice. And so you wanted to become an au pair because you wanted to go abroad and do something different, or is there also another reason why you wanted to do that?
The first thing that came into my mind when I heard about an au pair is like traveling abroad. That's like the very first thing. But I think it's like when I got here, I think it's much more than that. I like actually have three reasons, probably three reasons. The first one is like you get to learn a new culture and a new language in a new country. That's like a that's an experience that you don't get to experience in your hometown.
Yes.
And then the second one is like it is the perfect time for you to save money. It's
Yes.
just, you don't have to worry about paying the bills, the rent, the groceries. You can just spend whatever you want as you wish for without having to budget basic necessities because the host family got it all covered.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best part. If you're like
Yeah.
something in the future, or like if you plan to have a business in the future, then this is the perfect time to save money because you have all the money in yourself. You don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah. Yes, and that's another way to travel, because when you
Yeah,
travel abroad, you have to spend money, you have to book the hotels, and maybe you can also live there 1 month, but it's your money, right? So it's
actually,
a good
uh,
thing.
as a millennial, we always want to travel, right? So I think being an au pair is a practical way to like travel without having to spend anything. Like my host family, we went on a trip to Morocco last year. I mean,
Wow.
last yes, and like they shouldered all the expenses from plane ticket, hotel, food, everything, and I get to experience a whole new country without having to pay for anything, and I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. And
Mhm.
before coming to Turkey as an au pair, have you already lived abroad, or that
Mhm.
was the first time?
It's my first time.
Wow. It's very brave from you, I
Yeah, I
think.
know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the first time abroad, so as an au pair, and coming from the Philippines, you also needed to apply for a visa, I guess. Is that right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because this is a very important point for the pair program, because we have people from all over the world, and sometimes it can be also difficult to get a visa. It's a long process. How was it with you? I mean, did you have any difficulty during the process, or
Uh,
was it easy?
in my situation, since I came from the Philippines, I don't think they have an exact au pair visa or visa exactly for au pair.
Hmm.
So my host family decided to get a working visa for it to be legal. Like so, like my stay here will be legal, no complications.
Okay.
And it took us like it was easy. The process was easy, but it took like uh 4 weeks, 4 weeks
Hmm.
to come here. Yeah,
Okay.
working visa,
A
working
working
visa.
visa.
Mhm.
Okay, that's very good actually, because sometimes it can be difficult and it takes lots of time, but we hope that the au pair program will be recognized, globally, so that the process can be a bit easier and quicker. But we will see about that. But that's a very, very important point, and we got lots of questions about that.
Mhm.
And so when did you leave for your au pair stay in Turkey?
I arrived here last September 28th, 2019.
Okay, last September. And before moving to Turkey, did you have any doubts or fear, or have you ever thought, no, I'm not gonna do this, I cannot? How was it?
Actually, I was too excited that I did not think of any doubts or any fears at all because like I've always been wanting to go abroad ever since I was a kid. So when this opportunity came, I was like, okay, okay, this is the time. And I did not even think about it, but somehow, somewhere, like when I was in the plane, I was like thinking that, oh, what will happen if everything will not work out? What will happen if we don't get along? That was like my doubts and fears. But
Yeah.
then when I got there, everything went okay.
Oh, that's great. And how was your family? Did your family, I mean, encourage you to leave and to make the most out of it? Or
Uh,
were they afraid as well a little bit?
they were afraid as well because, I will be far with nobody here, like that I
Yeah.
can run to talk to every time I have a problem. But then they said, oh, you're 24 already. Like, just go and explore the world.
Yeah.
They were really supportive. Yes.
Yeah, that's great actually. And as you mentioned in your au pair story that you sent us, it took you a bit of time to find a host family, and you said
Absolutely.
that you almost gave up, but then you
Mm-hmm.
didn't. And
Mm-hmm.
so how was that? Why do you think you couldn't find a host family right away? What are your thoughts about it?
Um, Before, like I started applying for an au pair when I was, I think, second year college. I was still
Okay.
studying. I was still studying. I sent many messages to different families, and every time I sent them messages, I get rejected. And I was
Mm.
like, okay, no problem. I just have to find another one. And then I got rejected again, and then it like took me like for 3 years, long 3 years, like sending messages, got rejected, and then if some family will be interested, but the visa is too hard to get. So like, okay, they will just jump to another au pair,
Mm.
and so like when I like after 3 years, almost 3 years, I'm like maybe this is not for me. Maybe au pairing isn't just for me really. But then I was like, I really love doing this. I want to travel. I want to be an au pair. So I decided to log in again to sign up. And then like
Yeah.
a week after, I got a message from the family saying they wanted to do an interview with me and that they're very interested. And then we did the interview and boom, that's it.
Wow. Yes,
Yeah.
but it took you 3 years. That's a lot. And
Okay.
but in the end you didn't give up, so that's very
Yeah.
positive. I mean, it's not easy because after many rejections you could be like,
Mm-hmm.
why do I have to do this? But then in the end you did it, so
Right.
that's great. Actually, it's a very strong message of hope because lots of people, maybe for a visa reason or other reason, they got rejected, but that doesn't mean that you're not fit for the program, because it's people gathering together, so you also have to find the perfect match, as we say. So yes, it
Absolutely.
can take lots of time, in your case a very very long time, but it worked out in the end, so that's positive. And but yes, and you're happy, so that's
Mm-hmm.
even the most
It's
important
worth
thing.
it. Like the wait is worth it. So yeah, just
Yeah.
don't stop. Just don't stop searching for families. Like the perfect one will be there. It will happen. You just wait for it.
Yeah, you have to be patient and wait.
Yes.
Yes. And do
Mm-hmm.
you think you learned something from this very waiting time? I mean, would you say to other au pairs, like, improve your profile a little bit or send lots of messages? What would you say as a suggestion?
Yeah. Before I was just doing a profile, like a very quick profile where you just put your name on it, what you want, what you do for a living, and like not really very convincing like
Hmm.
message for the family. So I think that's where I like that's the point where like they may not be so much interested on my profile because it was just like a quick
Hmm.
profile. But then I realized, okay, maybe I should tell them something more about me, like my experiences on childcare, so like they'll be interested in more because the family will really look for a suitable au
Yeah.
pair for them. Mhm.
Yeah, that's very great advice, even for the other peers. I think it's very important because sometimes you see, lots of profiles, and it's even
Yeah.
difficult for a family to choose one
Yeah.
candidate because you have
Mhm.
lots of information. So you really have to make an impression on them. So that's a very great advice, actually. And
Mhm.
how is your host family? Do you work for a single parent? Do you have both parents? How many kids do you have to take care of? Tell me about it.
I work for both parents. And I look after two kids, but really I just look after one because the oldest kid goes to school every day.
Hmm.
So the youngest one, the baby, I look after her most of the day.
Okay. And
Hmm.
how was it at the beginning? Did they accept you right away? Were they shy? Were they afraid? How did you perceive
Uh,
them when you arrived in September?
in the beginning, like the father and the son, they were the one who took me from the airport. So it like we kind of got along
Hmm.
easily with the older kid. But then the baby, she was still 18 months old when I got here. So like it kind of took like 2 weeks for her to get used of me staying here.
Yeah.
But then after that, we get along very well. We're best friends now.
Oh, nice. Very
Uh-huh.
nice. And which
Yes.
language do you speak in the family?
they speak English with speak English straight, but when just like the three of them or the family, they speak pure Turkish.
And so you also teach English to the kids?
Yes, yes, that's what I do here. It's like a tutor, au pair tutor slash tutor. I
Okay.
teach the baby girl English because the older kid knows English too. Like
Mm-hmm.
they so like I don't have any difficulties on like speaking on communicating with them because they know English. And so what I do here is that I talk English to the baby all the time so that she can be familiarized with it. And like now I will say that we can have a conversation already for like I think I'm 8 months here already and she can speak in English, she can understand English and I think that's really great.
Yes, that's really great. I think I've never had an au pair, but I think if my family hired an au pair when I was, little, it would be great for my English for a foreign language because, having someone every day there with whom you can speak English or whatever language, it's so important and kids do learn so quickly. So it's very
Mm.
great actually this part. Okay, really nice. And what about the host parents? Do you get along well with both of them? Was it difficult? How is it?
It's okay. It's really good. They're like my older sister and brother. They really
Mm.
treat me like as part of their family. The mother and I also like we get along very well, especially in the kitchen. She loves cooking. I love cooking. She teaches me how to cook, like how to cook Turkish foods, and so I really love it. They're
Oh,
really good.
that's nice. So
Yeah.
you're really part. You feel yourself like a part of the family.
Totally.
Yes, so that's very great actually. And so apart from the coronavirus situation, when if the things were normal, what would you do during the day? What's your week as an au pair?
My daily routine here is just like waking up in the morning and preparing for my breakfast. That's the very first thing I do, and then preparing for like the oldest kid stuff for him to go to school. And then when the baby wakes up, I will look after her. I will feed her, play with her, and teach her stuff, and put her to nap. And then when she wakes up, play again, and then that's it.
Yeah. It's tiring at the end of the day, or you feel energized every time?
Well, there are days where I would say that it's pretty tiring, but
Mhm.
like there are days also that this is my work, this is my job. I love what I do, so it's totally okay.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear this actually. And what about Turkey? Turkey is not one of the most popular host countries where au pairs want to go. So it's a very interesting country, I would say, when it comes to foreign culture, because the au pair program, as you said at the beginning, is about traveling, is about learning and discovering another culture. And you did it because I think from the Philippines to Turkey, it's two different worlds completely. So how
Mm-hmm.
was it? Do you like your host country? What would you say it's the most weirdest thing you've seen, the thing that you cannot get used to? Is there something funny about it? I don't know.
Well, actually, the very first thing, like when I got here, I was so shocked with the weather and the food because
Oh,
I came and I got used to the warm weather there. And then like when I got here, it was like cold, and then I was like, oh, this is really cold. And then there's one time a funny experience where they were just wearing a like t-shirt, and me, I was wearing full jacket with gloves, with hat, and I think like everybody was like staring at me because it's warm. They felt warm, but me, I felt so cold. So I think that was really and with the food too, with the food, their food is really great. But for Asian country, we always eat rice for like
mhm.
every meal. And then when I got here, I get like shocked about the food, but it's totally okay. I got used to it for like after a month, I think.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, yes, I would say weather, climate, food are the two most,
Yes,
difficult
yes.
things to get used to, actually, yes. And you live in Istanbul, is that
Yeah,
right? In Istanbul.
Istanbul.
So it's a huge city, it's a capital.
Mhm.
I mean, do you like the vibe in Istanbul? Would you say there are lots of things to do? How is it there?
It's really great here. Like from the place where I live, from my home country, it's like a different world from here. Like I love the view, I love the beach, the seaside, the park, everything really perfect.
Yeah, wow. And what about the language? Do you speak any Turkish?
A little bit, a little
Yeah.
bit. I haven't attended in like a language course yet, but
Hmm.
I'm like studying an online course. The language is okay. Like I would say that you don't really need to go to an like I mean a school language, a language
Hmm.
school because they speak Turkish here all the time. So like
Yeah.
I would hear every day, and then I'm like every time I hear something, I always use my phone Google Translate. Ah, that's what they were saying. So the next time
Yeah.
they will say, I understand already.
Yeah.
So. Mhm.
So it's a bit learning by doing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. And do you, when you go around the city, there are lots of people speaking English. Can you get along easily with people, or do you had any difficulty?
Well, about that, I think I had a little bit difficulty with that word, especially
Hmm.
going on the restaurant or like on the bus because I think some people here don't speak English well. I don't know for some people, but the
Hmm.
people that I met, they can't understand me. So like I really have a hard time on like communicating with other people.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's again two different cultures totally.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great actually. And what about homesick? Have you ever felt homesick? Do you, especially in this time of crisis, have you ever had some, feelings towards your home country, want you to come back? How was it for you?
I think homesick, it will never go away. Like the homesick
Mm,
will always be there, no matter
yeah.
how long you've been staying here. It could be like you've been staying here for 1 year already, but you will still feel the homesick. Like when I got here, yeah, I admitted I was like crying because I miss home so much. But then the next day, you're okay, and then the next week you will feel it again. But like you just gotta learn to deal with it. That's how it
Hmm.
works. You have to deal with it because homesick is just a temporary feeling. When you sleep on that night, tomorrow it will go away. You just have to like
Yeah.
find something that you love doing to put the homesick feeling go away.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's another great advice actually, because one of the fears of not only your peers but of every person who goes abroad
Yeah.
for working, me included, the homesickness is always there. You cannot get
Yeah.
over it really, but you
Mhm.
have to be open,
Yeah.
to, yeah, step by step and get used to every single tiny bit of the foreign language. So it's an ongoing process. It never
Yeah.
it never stops
Mhm.
actually.
It never
But yes,
stops.
yeah, but especially being a young person, that could be, a challenge to avoid this homesickness. And, sometimes people may suffer from it a little bit more, some of them less, but it's something you have to deal with. And I think it makes you grow,
Mhm.
as a person and your personality and everything. And yes, that's really great. And what you mentioned before is that you have the opportunity to go to Morocco, for example. So you did travel a lot during your au pair stay?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like they were really an outgoing family. So like every time they go outside or every time they visit a place, I always go with them. And I think that's really great because you get to visit a new place, and I think that's really amazing. That's amazing.
Mm. Yeah. And
Mhm.
have you met many people in Istanbul? Have you met many friends? Did you use some apps to, get random? meetings of au pairs?
Not really. Like, just for me, I did not go out so much, like, to meet friends. I just like they have friends here, the family friends,
Mhm.
and like we visit them, they visit us. So I think that's okay. That's enough for me.
Yeah, that's good. As long as you're happy, then there
Yes.
is no problem. Nice, nice. Is there something you would like to add about this au pair experience part of our interview?
Oh well, I think Harry is really the best because you can learn something from it. Like it helps you to learn more about yourself. It
Mhm.
actually helps you to know how strong you are since you will be away from your family for like a long time. It will teach you how to be more independent and like more responsible. And like before I got here, I thought I was patient. I was patient already, but when I got here, when I
Mm,
look after kids, I was like, oh, I think I wasn't patient enough. I have to
mm.
I have to practice more to be like a very patient person. Like a parent is the best for like finding out more about yourself.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that it's most requested when you're looking for a job because,
Mm.
we always say the pair experience is so important for the future because it helps you, getting to know yourself more. It gives you some strong and concrete competencies that you can actually use in the job market.
Mhm.
And independence, of course, is a great opportunity also to experience during the pair program. And do you think when you will write your own curriculum vitae, you're gonna add this au pair experience, and how are you gonna to put it? Because it's something very important.
Of course, I would really put it because like for for a company to look at your resume and then they will see that she went to another country, she conquered her fear and going to another country at a young age. Like I think that will really make an impression towards
Yeah,
them as like it means that you're a strong person, you are brave,
yeah.
and that you are gonna do what you want to do.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. And maybe there are some au pairs who have lots of doubts about the au pair program, and because they have not lived it yet. So what kind of advice would you give to those future au pairs?
My advice for them is that just don't give up. Don't give up. Just if you love, okay, if you love what you do, then don't give up for what you love because it will like if you haven't found a host family for now, maybe the time is not yet for you. It will
Mhm.
happen soon, but you will find the perfect family in the perfect time.
Nice. And what do you wish somebody would have told you before being an au pair? Like, you
I
have to be patient.
Yeah, I wish like somebody would have told me to like be ready. I think
Uh-huh.
like yeah, be ready. Just be ready and be patient. That's it.
Be ready and be patient. There are
Mm,
two very important words.
yes,
I
yes.
guess we might, yes, tell also the other pairs. And is there a memory that you will never forget about your au pair experience?
I think the memory that I will never forget is like seeing the kids grow up because I think that's really precious. Like
Mm-hmm.
you look after them, you taught them, you teach them so many things, and when they grow up, they will not forget about it. Like teaching them English, they will never like when they grow up, they will speak English already. So I think
Yeah.
that is really amazing because you will always be there in their hearts, and they will always be there in your hearts.
Yeah, that's very nice. And so, given all that, would you do it again?
Of course, absolutely.
Absolutely. Good. But is there something that, I mean, have you ever lived a bad experience during your pair stay or something that you didn't like about it?
No, no, nothing really. I actually like the whole stay here. I don't have any like negative things
Mhm.
about what I like here. I pretty amazing. They're amazing family. They let you feel like you're part of their family. So I think that really helps my stay here.
Yeah, that's great. And would you consider coming back to your host country, to Turkey again in the future, maybe to live, to look for a job?
Uh, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But like here, the country is really good. But I don't know yet. Let's see. Let's see what
Let's
the
see.
future.
It's unpredictable, so, but
Yeah.
you add it in your resume, so Turkey
Mhm.
will always be there for you, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah,
Yes. Forever.
that's great. Okay, so that was my last question about this au pair experience that you lived. And so I want to thank you, of course, Rishi, for
You're
your
welcome.
time, for
You're welcome.
accepting the interview, and for telling us the experience, not only to us, but also to the future au
Mhm.
pairs, also to those families which who are maybe curious about the au pair experience and don't know yet how it works and so on. So I'm gonna stop the registration now. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.